Hello, my name is Kyle Autry. Me and Stephen Miller worked on the project with Richter. We are both working through the RVDC, the ALPS program through BYU, Idaho for our internship. So why I chose my internship is I realized I was graduating really soon, and I saw that the ALPS program allowed you to sign up for an internship rather quickly. So it was just a quick opportunity that helped me to be able to fulfill the requirement for me to graduate. And so the process I went through to obtain the internship is was really easy to apply. You actually didn't even have to apply, you just signed up for the class, and so it was super helpful. And the things I learned in this class, well, I guess things I learned in past classes that helped apply to the research I did here was in my library research class. We're taught how to utilize the different databases that the library has, and I used a lot of those to find some of the statistics for our research we found and how my experiences fit into my future plans through this project. I was able to really understand kind of the ambiguity of working with clients, and that was a big struggle for me with this project. And so it was a good learning experience for me to deal with ambiguity. And what advice I'd give to future interns is plan ahead. I honestly didn't really enjoy this internship, so if you can find another internship not through the RVDC, that would probably be ideal. But anyways, let me run through this presentation. So Matt Checkett was the CEO, I guess, of this new company, Richter, and they were looking for new marketing tactics to launch their new product in a way that their competitors haven't done. So what I did first off is kind of a uh, little extra information for Matt. Is I looked at potential areas that they can launch within the United States. And so I looked at the largest number of skateboard parks, the cities with the largest number of skateboard parks per 100,000 residents in the United States. And you see here on this map, this kind of pinpoints all the data on the last slide. And we see here, there's a good little cluster here on the West Coast in the California, Nevada area, which makes sense with skateboards. And then here I looked at another study that was done that looked at the number of Sumi stores in the United States of this year. And a Zumiez, if you're not aware, is a skateboard store. And so I figured if Zumiez was willing to place a shop in these areas, then there's probably a good amount of skateboarders there. And so here on another map, it pinpoints those same areas on the last slide. These aren't categorized by city or anything, it's just by state. And the ones here that are green, the pinpoints, they are actually the overlap between the two studies. So those are potential good states to launch in. And we also see over here that there's a nice little cluster on the East Coast, just like there was on the West Coast. So there's a nice West or East Coast possibilities there. And here I outlined the different cities that could be a good launching point on each coast. Now this was my idea that Matt wanted us to do, is to look for a different tactic. And so this conference is called South by Southwest. And so you see here they're an annual conglomerate, and they do film, interactive media, music festivals, and different conferences or like trade shows as well. And they're all in Austin, Texas. It's about a week-long event, and it's been going on for close to 30 years now. And so here's some statistics from the event in 2017. You can see that there's almost 500,000 people who participate in this event. There's 70,000 conference attendees, 5,000 conference speakers, 95 countries that are represented that come to Texas just to come and participate in this. And there's a lot of parties that also are included in this. It's not just a big business event. They do reach out to different demographics. And so here, this is what I pulled off of South by Southwest online page, looking at this year's demographics actually. And Matt told us that they were looking for people who have just graduated college, um, starting their lives, getting into their careers. They're settling down. And so here we can see that the attendees of South by Southwest really match these demographics that Richter's looking for as well. And so it's a very prime area for Richter to sneak in. And the cool thing about this is that the attendees here, as we see at the bottom right, is that they are people within their companies that can make decision-making power, that they have decision-making power. They're looking for investments and new ideas to invest in. They're all investors that are just looking for creative developments that are occurring. And so this next slide kind of explains what goes into participating in South by Southwest. So these are the dates for this next year's upcoming South by Southwest event. So it'll be through March 8th to the 17th. It's in Austin, Texas, where Matt actually just moved, so that'd be a great ideal place to start out and try and do this. And the different opportunities here that I outline kind of shows the versatility of how they can work with South by Southwest. And so they can either get themselves going, or maybe like a celebrity endorsement, or someone to go and actually present Richter's brand and their products in front of an audience. Or they can just get their brand and have them label it and place it everywhere all throughout the conference for those millions of people to see. They also have trade show events where they can try and like set up a booth and explain their product there, or they even, if they don't want to participate at all in the conference, they even have just advertising opportunities where you can put Richter's brand and information in like a magazine or other outlets like that. And so this was Steven's section of the presentation. So I'll see if I can remember exactly what his thought process were. But he was looking at merchandising here, saying that I remember him saying that he looked at a study that said a big percentage of the marketing for products are by word of mouth. And so he was thinking that a good way to get the brand out was to use these outlets like t-shirts or stickers, lanyards, keychains, or water bottles as things that we use day to day, and they strike up conversations with friends. He did look at potential celebrity endorsements. He was looking for people who would get the skater audience, I believe, and that's the first three here on the right side. And so like Devin Graham, Dude Perfect, and Vega Brothers are kind of the crazy out there types of guys. And then Richter wants to market towards family oriented groups, with their quote being that like everyone can ride this board. And so these bottom three were Roman Atwood, the AB family, or the Shaytards, and they're all family blogger type YouTube people. And here he explained that there's good money in using these different outlets of social media, and kind of broke down what a potential cost would be by using these. And so here at the bottom, it explains the cost per view rate would be at 4 cents for someone who has roughly 22,000 views on their account for the past 10 videos. And so the starting price to use them would be about $900. And then wrapping up, like I said earlier, Richter's kind of motto is that anyone can ride this board. And so he wanted Richter to really emphasize that it's easily adaptable, and to show children and older people or just families riding the board, and then focus on bringing the families together, because they're looking for that market of anyone can ride.